first and foremost, we're going to give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash.
the honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who grew well. And salutation, much love, the Akim out there pushing out his word in true sincerity for us from Great Millstone, Tampa. Back with another live lesson, Lord, as well as edifying to the hopeful elect. We're just going to go in the spirit, you know, as because the spirit, because, you know, I was meditating on this morning, you know, the Lord had Paul Tahar deemed the year the hopeful, what is it, the hopeful year of all the prophecies come to pass? You know, and I was meditating on that. It's like the spirit, because what? We always call ourselves the hopeful elect. So, hey, yeah, hopefully this is the year that the hopeful elect get delivered, man, and all the, which is that last prophecy, you know, because when that missiles come, what's going to happen simultaneously is going to be the deliverance, you know, and this is after, you know, the world, you know, what the world is about to witness, you know, chaos like never seen before, you know, uproars of the people, which have already begun, but it's going to continue to increase. Weather disasters are going to continue to get worse. You know, the daily living is going to get worse, especially here in America, which has been everybody been spoon-fed their whole lives. Don't know what struggle really is. Even homeless are doing better than majority of the earth, people that live on the earth. So, you know, at least they can go digging through a dumpster for food. You got people that don't see food for days, you know. But hey, the Lord's will, this is that year. But we're gonna go to the spirit. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 65 and 13. Well, let me see.
It's Isaiah 65?
Yeah, Isaiah 65. I'll start at verse 12. It says 11. Isaiah 65 and 11 says, but ye are they that forsake the Lord, that forsake my holy mountain, that prepare a table for that troop, and that furnish the drink offering unto that number. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter, because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before mine eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. And this is what you Israelites have been doing for the longest time, especially here in this last generation that you've lived. You know, you've delighted in the things that the Lord did not delight in. Okay? You know, you wanted to party it up. You wanted a YOLO lifestyle. You know, you wanted to be a degenerate plant.
Well, okay. Like what it's saying, Joshua, go cry to those guys. Mm-hmm. You know. Yeah. Well, hey, you wanted? That's what the brother just mentioned is being a degenerate. All this YOLO lifestyle, all this bullshit that these people, our people, mainly, you know, want to live their life under. Well, that's serving under gods. You know, celebrating Christmas, celebrating New Year's, celebrating all this bullshit or living a certain lifestyle. It's ultimately worshiping some kind of. We went into this yesterday at camp. It's some kind of demon, or idol that just reincarnated today. Well, now they're making them up as we go, but they're like Pastafari. You know, there's some people that actually take that serious. It's a joke to most of us, but there's people that actually believe that shit. You know, the people that believe they're fucking identify as a wolf or a puppy. Right. That's a demon. You know, that's a demon. Like Apostle Tahar was saying earlier today, he was like, if there's agents in your camp, they got an agent demon on them. So there's demons for everything that makes you contrary to Yahweh Shemel Shai, which is what? The spirit of Antichrist, man.
Which is, at the end of the day, anything that is contrary to the Lord is a demon, like brother just said, because that's what, when you read the book of Job, that's literally what Satan was trying to do with Job, was to have him go through something to take him away from the Lord, to put a peculiar spirit on him, but it didn't work.
To denounce the Lord, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Which is what happens when you take on a demon, you're denouncing the Lord, because you're accepting this demon into your household, you know, which is your temple, you know, and you're giving this demon, you're entertaining the demon, so to say.
And then the demons start blocking your ears, so you can't even hear the truth. You know, like again, the apostle mentioned, he said, when you telling the demon about him, say you tell, like we said this plenty of times, you got demons on you, can't oh, no, it's the demons talking, you know, and they'll just move up the street, and then the demon will take a break, you know, go on a 15-minute coffee break.
Yeah.
So the nigga won't even know what the hell just happened previously. Because the demons take over people, man, and have them do erratic things. And the more susceptible, the more demonic you are, the more susceptible and power those spirits got over you. Or to the point where these people, they open up a doorway through these drugs and different things, you know, that people do that's wicked, you know. But it's just using drugs as an example. Look at these people that take, you know, meth or some fucking flocka. That demons got 100% control over that body. This nigga in the street, you know, twisting up and shit. Nigga climbing up the walls backwards. You know, oh shit. Well, that's the demon fully took control over him. But to most people, those demons, you know, they're at bay, you know, so to say. They come in and you know, have them do things at certain times. But it gets to a certain point where the demons, you got full control over you, you know. And now you identify as a fucking penguin, you know, all kind of crazy shit.
You just going along to get along. You know, it goes on to say verse.
And it's like the majority of those people are our people, man.
Yep.
Because the heathens, they're already that's their shit.
Lord,
Of course, that's normal for them, you know. Edomite identifying as a grown ass nigga identifying as a baby girl, that's a regular thing for an Edomite. But now you got our people, you know, diving into those demons, you know, and worshiping those gods. Because how do you know they're worshiping the gods? Because they'll do anything for that philosophy that they believe in, which is that God they believe in. Whether they know it or don't know it, you know, they're proud about it. They call it pride parades. They throw all kind of, you know, give you a ribbon, you know, oh yeah, you're so brave.
And that's the things that the Lord delighted not in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, these are the things that you can see. The thing with the majority of our people is they seek recognition of the world, which is why they act like clowns. All right, and then they get offended when they get called clowns.
Exactly.
It's like, bro, what do you mean? You lived your whole life playing the clown role, so just so that you can get recognition, so everybody think that you're a funny guy, you're cool. He's nonchalant type of guy. He's kind of, you know, he's kind of all over the place,
good
but
vibes.
yeah, he's got good vibes. Yeah, there you go.
Which means you're a demon.
Yeah.
Demonic vibes vibrate or they resonate with each other. So.
Right, because the scriptures say, "Can two walk together lest they be agreed?"
Mm-hmm.
So that's why the
spirit. That's an Amos, right? That's an Amos.
Yeah.
Hey, the dude's name on TV was named Amos. That's what he was saying.
And Yahushua said, you know, that if they hated you, know that they hated me first. You know, because why? We are not of this world. As Yahushua was not of this world. So, of course, the people of this world don't, and that's another thing, man, is don't give, you know, especially, you know, for those of you that are just coming into this truth, don't feel some type of way because you don't, it doesn't look like you're getting along with people and you see everybody else having fun together and, you know, you see people talking at the job, man. That's a good thing that you're not being involved in conversations with other people like that anymore. Because it means that you're changing.
They think it's not strange. That you are not to riotous things anymore. You know, roughly paraphrasing.
Yep, and that's something to meditate upon because, hey, man, when you come into this truth, when you come to serve the Lord, man, and you're doing it out of sincerity of heart, bro, a lot of other people are going to be around you and they're going to see and notice things and they're going to think it's strange, like the brother just quoted, man. And you're going to be feeling some type of way if you're still looking at things in a carnal lens because you are still just coming into this thing, you know, so you might feel some type of way. Well, shit, people ain't really talking to me no more. You feel kind of weird because you don't want to talk to people about the same shit anymore because you're trying to get away from those conversations. But nah, man, don't think it's strange, man. Don't think you're weird. Don't think that. Don't feel nervous. Man.
And something's wrong with you. No, something's wrong with the world.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Precept to back you up. Job 19:15. They that dwell in my house and my maids count me for a stranger. I am an alien in their sight.
Yep. He's an alien in their sight, man. A stranger. All right.
And that's how the house of David was, you know, when David went on the run. That's that. What was the quote that again?
Yeah, come. Job 19 and verse 15. They that dwell in mine house and my maids count me for a stranger, and I am an alien in their sight.
That's how people gonna look at you, man.
Because at the end of the day, when people are looking at you strange, it's because you're going through something in your mind. You're being afflicted in the mind. Because that's the thing, is that when you come to serve the Heavenly Father, the afflictions that you're going to suffer is going to be mostly mental. It's going to be a lot of mental battles that you got to deal with at first. You know?
And it's real quick, we just said the spirit, because it says alien. I was an alien there. I went into the etymology of strange. It says from elsewhere. It says from elsewhere, foreign, unknown, unfamiliar, not belonging to the place we're found, foreign, alien. So they are going to think you're strange because you're an alien, you're foreign. And what's not that you're from Mexico, you know, they know you your whole life, but what? It's the new spirit. It's not right. The spirit that's in you now, what's what the Lord said He's gonna knock, you gotta let Him in. Well, now that the Holy Spirit supping with you, Yahweh supping with you, so now your spirit ain't resonating with their spirit. Like you mentioned earlier, the wicked vibrations resonate, but now you ain't resonating with them, so they might not know, or they witnessing things you're doing differently, but really they don't understand. It's just that the demons in them don't want them to partake with you. Or they're trying to they'll try to get you to the point to come on back to the dark side. That was it on the word there. You got more?
The word, just to pretty much add on to what you said, Ash, the word for alien in the blue letter, it says foreign, alien, it says unknown, unfamiliar. So, you know, we like unfamiliar, because what? Family, la familia, you know how they say la familia, right? So we're unfamiliar to our people.
Which when you look at the word La Familia, it looks like it familiar.
Yeah.
Which, because you're familiar with family. So La Familia, these people are familiar with each other, but they're not familiar with your spirit.
Right.
Okay, they're familiar with each other. Yeah, he's a cool guy, you know.
He's a demon.
He's a demon just like you. But we ain't. You know?
And that's that John, to back you brothers up, that's that John 17. You know, the Lord said, they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world, but sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth. So that separation is this word, this truth. You know, that's what separates us, the spirit of truth, the truth which the world cannot receive. You know, so we don't run with Jake. You know, and it's beautiful that we're coming into this time now, because that great separation is being seen. You know, and now
like the parable of the rich man and Lazarus, it said a great gulf was fixed between them two, meaning a great separation. You know, and Yahushua said about what did he say about 2/3 of our people? Well, the majority of our people, I won't say 2/3, but the majority of our people is what? That they are of their father the devil. So if Esau, Edom, being that rich man, boy, if Esau, Edom being that rich man, and the elect is that, you know, Lazarus, that great gulf fixed between us, is clear and evident that there's a big distinction between the elect, the ones that the Lord is dealing with, and those that are not, that are joined hand in hand with the devil, man. Because they're in that same spirit as the devil. That's why Yahushua said that you're of your father the devil, and the will of him will you do. You know, which is what the majority of our people are in the spirit of. You know, right now you got a lot of people marrying and giving up in marriage, celebrating New Year's. You know, a lot of people got the day off. You know, shenanigans out. You know, it was a big party weekend. New Year's Eve on Saturday, New Year's Day on Sunday.
You know, people got fucking piss drunk last night.
Bro, this morning on the way to work, on the highway, nigga swerving.
He was on the way home from the party.
I was like, yeah, I gotta get past this dude.
And that's how we know these things, because we come out. We came from the world, but what? The Lord called us out of the world. Because we weren't from the world. We were just temporarily, you know, in there.
Because it said, the Revelation 18 says, come up out of her, my people. The Lord is dealing with the Israel of Israel in these last days. So the my people that he's speaking of that's coming out of her is that he's telling to come out is his elect. Okay? His chosen, the
sheep.
choice vine,
Yeah, the ones that know the.
to hear His voice.
Well, I got that real quick. John 10 and I'll start 25. It says, Yahweh shall answer them. I told you, and you believe not. The works that I do in my Father's name, they bear witness of me. But you believe not, because ye are not of my sheep, as I said unto you. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me.
There you go. So that's the ones that the Lord is called. That's who Revelation 18 and I think verse 5 is talking about. Okay, the come up out of her, my people. Ultimately, yeah, the Lord's people is all of Israel, but the Lord ain't dealing with all of Israel right now. He's only dealing with the elect, because the rest of the Israelites are of this world, man. Okay? Yeah. They run out of Babylon's run out of ideas, man. He knows that they just gotta make movies out of video games.
Yeah.
But again, man, this the spirit of this place is completely shifted, completely left, while the spirit has gone completely right. Here it is, the spirit is making a great distinction between those that are serving the Most High and those that are not, by the turning of things upside right. Yeah. Okay, setting things in order.
Through the word, and that's what we're doing it through the word. We're just casting down strongholds, but we're not physically doing anything as of yet. So until the Lord executes that time. But the rest of the world, they're okay with it. They don't speak up against it, because even these people that claim to be, wake up, get out of the matrix, get the red pill, do this, do that. The systems is rigged, blah, blah, blah. Well, they don't speak up against things that we speak up against, because they know they can be canceled. We don't give a damn if you cancel. What you gonna do? We already canceled. We get 3 views on a video. So what more can you do? Or you go persecute us. Well, then that's gonna shine light on the truth, as they've already showed. But these people, they'll agree. The fucking transformers, they whatever, they can do whatever they want. Blah blah. We'll tell you, according to the word of the Lord, that them people should be put to death. All right. If this was a righteous society, there wouldn't be no fucking mo parades. All right. There wouldn't be pedophilia running rampant. There wouldn't be sluts walks. All right. There wouldn't be none of that. Pork served in restaurants, cooked in the same place your food is cooked. See, even small things like that, these people don't speak up against, because they're okay with this wicked society. Because once you speak up against this wicked society, like the Spirit of the Lord has us do, you get ostracized, all right, and you are minimized, not minimized, but you're excluded from society, really, because we don't partake in the bullshit of society. So we just maintain, go to work, pay bills, and teach the word. We're not doing extra shit. We're not celebrating with these fucking demons, whatever excuse they want to use, this party and bullshit, But the majority of our people are with it. Like brothers reading Isaiah 65, man. We go back to that if you had.
Brother Bragg had something real quick.
The book of Luke, chapter 6, verse 22 says, "Blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from their company, and shall reproach you, and cast out your name as evil for the Son of Man's sake." Pretty much, when we come into this truth, they say, "What would thought should a young man cleanse his way by taking heed into the word?" So yep, kind. So this word, it cleanses us. It changes your frequency, your vibration. You know what I'm saying? These people in the world, they can sense that. Yeah. They can feel it. So they cast out your name pretty much like evil, going into bad time. Like you no fun to be around. You know what I'm saying? They say you're always complaining. You always got something to say about this.
Debbie Downer.
Yeah.
Every time this nigga come around, he tell us we can't smoke.
Right.
I remember that's one of the main things. Not to get into my past history, but that's one of the main things Jay was complaining about when I first came into it. Like, man, this nigga always now he trying to tell us we can't smoke. This nigga, he was smoking with us last week. Now he telling us we can't smoke. They're like, what's wrong with this guy, man? And we're okay with that though. We're supposed to look crazy for the Lord, man. Right. And you should have no problem with it. If you have faith, And one thing that you mentioned, about that, the washing of the word changes your frequency. Well, just like in the movie The Matrix, when it was it's a spiritual movie. You watch it again, the more you watch it, the more you'll pick up on it. When they took the pill and he touched the mirror, and it started going on him and shit. And it's just like, we're losing him. What were they looking for? They were looking for a specific frequency to track him. So that because it was, that's how they could pick it up. So the Lord picks your certain frequency, and then it's changed because through the washing of the word, that frequency changes. Then the Sentinels, as they used to call it in the movie, they couldn't find him after that because his frequency had changed.
And when you go into CB radios, if you're not on the same frequency as someone else, you can't communicate.
Yep.
Right.
So if you're not on the same frequency as the Lord, you're not going to be able to communicate with the Lord. If you're not on the same frequency as the world, you're not going to be able to communicate with the world. And that's what happens when you come into this truth is you're no longer, like the brother was going into, you're no longer on the same frequency as the world. So really, your mindset is I don't compute with what you're saying, bro. It don't make no sense to me, bro. All this talk and these bro. I try to distance myself as much as possible from things of this world, bro. Like this new speak that motherfuckers be coming up with, and like, bro, I don't know what that is. You gotta explain it to me, bro.
Speak plainly unto
you know
me.
I'm not hip. That's what I tell you. You know I'm not hip, bro. Like, come on, you gotta break it down to me. What does this mean? Because you talking to you. I don't know what the hell you talking about, bro. But again, we're not in that same frequency, man. Again, because we are not of this world. We have become new creatures. To the eyes of the world and of the Most High. Because now we are no longer strange unto Him. We're no longer strangers unto the Lord. Because that's the whole thing is we were known as strangers not because we became strangers to ourselves. We became strangers to the Lord. He was like, bro, I don't even know you. Yeah. And you think about that with a woman when she transgressed upon you. You're like, man, you don't even look the same to me no more. I don't even feel the same way about you no more. Because she became strange now.
Exactly.
Well, that's how we became to the Lord, man. We became strange on him. Like, man, bro, I don't want to deal with you no more. You weird now. you got a different spirit on you. Which is what happens when a woman goes and deals with another man. She gets another spirit on her. But that's what Israel did, man. And to this very day, the majority of you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, you got a different spirit on them. But the elect has come back to the Lord. They repented. They come back begging on their knees, asking the Lord to forgive them, and come back to the tune of the Lord, man. They got on that CD radio and kept changing until they heard that spirit, man. And they started doing the little calls, man.
They recognize the voice, too.
Yeah, they recognize the voice. Like the movie I Am Legend, every night he'd go out there and send out that message to whoever can hear me. Well, that was the Lord every day in and day out. The word was going out. Seeking those that can hear that hear his voice, that can see the light, and we came into it, man, and there's nothing to be ashamed about coming into this truth, man. What you should be ashamed of is what you did in this world, okay, outside of the truth,
Gotcha. You just speaking to bro. 1 John 2:15, love not the world, neither. Come. 1 John 2:15, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
Yeah, man. And see, the reward of the world is going to be death. So that's why we're to distance ourselves and separate ourselves from this world, because the things of this world, first and foremost, are going to decay, and the reward of this world is death. The broad and wide, the wide and broad way that leads them to destruction is the way of the world. So you got to distance yourself from that. You have to make yourself separate from these people. Well, the Spirit's going to do it for you if you're true and sincere, but you know what I mean. You got to take the initiative. Okay? Because here very soon, Lord, will be the hopeful year of all prophecy being fulfilled. There's going to be a great goal fixed between those that serve the Most High and those that don't. It's going to be known who are the Lord's chosen in these days coming ahead, man. Okay? Because of the things that are going to be happening. The prophecy is going to be popping off left and right, man. And the Lord's chosen is going to be known by the actions that are being, the things that are not taking place with the elect. The majority of the people are going to be hurting, starving, terrified, afraid. Meanwhile, the men of the Lord, the elect, starting from the prophets, 144,000, to the rest of the 1/3, we're going to be getting by.
Yeah, it's going to be off of faith. Of course, we're going to have to go through struggles and whatnot, but we're going to be good, man. And we believe that. We're going to sit there up at night, restless nights, trying to figure out how we're going to doomsday prep and what we're going to do when they do this and what they're going to do when we do that. We're just going to follow the Lord, man. He's our guide, so. What happens if let's say you on a tour in Africa, in the Serengeti, and you leave your guide. What's gonna happen? You're most likely gonna die. Shit. He's the guide for a reason. He knows where the deadly animals are. He knows what trails to take. So if you don't follow the spirit of Yahweh Shai, then you're gonna be out there to defend for yourself, and most likely you're gonna go to Esau for help when the shit gets tough. The shit is getting tough. Things ain't gonna be smooth as it's been. Or you chilling at the job with AC, or you will go home and lay down on your bed after a long day of work. It's gonna be a long day of work every day. Wow. And it's gonna consist of fighting for your life.
First John 2 and continuing on 16 and 17. I read 2 in the NLT. It's beautiful. It says, for the world offers only a craving for physical pleasure, a craving for everything we see, and pride in our achievements and possessions. These are not from the Father, but are from the world. And that's what separates us. We don't care about achievements. We don't care about physical pleasure. We don't care about a crave for glory in the side. And that's what separates us. That's what shows. Because our people, they looking at us, and they're wondering why we're the way we are. But it's because we crave for the spirit. We don't crave for carnal possessions. We crave for the spirit. All right. Verse 17 it says, and this world is fading away, along with everything that people crave. But anyone who does what pleases the Most High will live forever. Okay, and that's the will.
Yeah, because we're going to that craving. The ways of the world, you can never be satisfied. You eat, but you still want more.
It's unsatiable. The flesh is unsatiable. It is never filled. That's why. Because what is that? Why is people never filled? Because they're going after the way of Esau, which is what. He's never filled. He can never be filled. Even though he has all this, he's never. I forgot how that scripture goes. God, he's never filled, man. And that's an insatiable spirit, which is a evil spirit to be in.
And if I may say this, a lot of these foods that they feed you leaves you unsatisfied, right?
Lack of nutrients.
Yeah, and that's what this world lacks is a lack of spiritual nutrients.
Yeah, exactly. You never feel, because the Lord said you shall not live off of bread alone.
Right, exactly.
But of every word that I give thee. And real quick, let me back you up on that. This is back in John 10, I believe. All right. John 10 and read that last verse again.
Yep. 1 John 2 in the NLT.
Oh yeah, the NLT.
All right, come. 1 John 2 and 17 in the NLT. And this world is fading away, along with everything that people crave. But anyone who does the will pleases the Most High will live forever.
Yeah, live forever. And who we're going to do? Well, we're going to start with John 10, back in John 10 and verse 27 again, says, my sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me, and I give unto them eternal life, and they shall never perish, neither shall any man pluck them out of my hand.
And real quick, just to back you up, like going back to tie it all in, going to that separation, like you said, the Lord said his sheep hear his voice. So like the brother quoted Revelation 18 earlier, come out of her, my people. Hey, so we are departed out of this world. Pretty much like the apostle been speaking about it, like you're on a burning boat. And here it is, 2/3 of our people still, partying while this shit is sinking. The Lord called us, hey, depart. So that you be not partakers with our sins. Why? Because the Lord is going to judge this place.
Yeah, we already on the life rafts, guys.
We got
listening to music.
So we out of there, man, and they still here unsatisfied. They still on the boat trying to party, still craving things of this world, and this shit is going down. And you know we gone, man.
That's the same thing that happened in the time of
Noah.
forefather. Exactly, Noah. 120 years. You know,
Mhm.
they kept partying. And what did Yahushua, when he was on the scene, he said, "What? As in the days of Noah, the same thing gonna be taking place when I come back, man. You niggas is gonna be doing the same thing. You know what I mean? I'm gonna send my prophets out, and they're gonna be partying, kicking it, and the flood won't come. But this only time that the flood is coming of nuclear destruction.
Yep.
But I got a precept to back you up real quick. Isaiah 19 and verse 3. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof. So, like the brother Mayim said earlier, that spirit of New Year's Eve, whatever the hell you people got going on, you don't feel that anymore, man. You know, you don't feel that spirit.
It took last night, or this morning, whatever. It wasn't like it was years ago, and even a year or two ago.
How many
The fireworks, bro, niggas is broke. Niggas can't pay $300 for one firework and $200 for a box of snakes and sparklers. Where's Joe Dirt? We need him. You tell me you
Snakes and sparklers.
Even at a job, everybody pretty much was pissed off this morning. Everybody either fucking hungover or just fucking angry.
Yeah.
But they say Happy New Year, but ain't nobody that motherfucking happy, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Ain't nothing happy
I
about it.
just say yeah. Just
Yeah,
leave it alone.
likewise. Same to you.
You too, buddy.
Say, all right, bro.
Likewise.
You was going back on that Isaiah 65?
Yeah. You were done on that?
No, I'll finish off.
Yeah, go ahead,
bro. Isaiah 19 and verse 3. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof.
Yeah, see, the spirit of this place is failing these people, man. Here it is. They're thinking that they're gonna be coming up. This is my new year. It's gonna be my year.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what Jake say every year.
Mhm.
It's gonna be my year.
They're having memes just like they had in 2020. Remember when 2021 came?
The year of the rat.
Yeah, the year of the rat was over. 2022, they're saying the same shit. Oh, 2021 or 2020 was the worst year ever. Oh, this is gonna be a better year. This is listen. It's progressively gotten worse every year. So if you still think it's gonna get better, you're an idiot.
It's not your year, bro.
Yeah, no who's for do's, who's for don'ts, cherry bombs. Listen to Kitty Station. It's a joke. But go ahead.
It says, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards.
And all that's spelling. They're gonna go to the fucking what they call them, the stars or the bitches,
Astrologers.
astrology.
Yeah.
They're gonna go to because what are some of those things that today are called by new terms? Scientist,
Mhm.
you know, all this bullshit. Dr. Fauci, you gonna go for them niggas to answers, and they ain't gonna have them. They don't know what's going on, man. The only people that really know what's going on,
It took off.
he got the 401k you lived on your
That
head.
nigga clocked out mid-shift. He said, hell, shit, this place going to hell.
Damn, what pandemic? That nigga don't know what you're talking about.
The stove on fire. Oh, shit. I did that.
But that's what the people look for now, though. The what reason again? The astrologers, stargazers, people that are philosophy making it. That's pretty much the modern day philosophies, which is not, you know, it's changed over 1,000 years. They're just same demon though, like we mentioned earlier. It's the same demons these people go after.
Different names.
Mm-hmm.
Isaiah 19 and verse 3. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards.
From the bottom of the food chain all the way up. Looking for what are the wizards today? You might as well call them Hollywood actors or something, you know, warlocks, which are on TV. You know,
Gatekeepers.
yeah, they're not going by. They're not Harry Potter niggas flying around on brooms, but they're right on your TV talking about breaking news. That's a modern day warlock. You know, these niggas that be in these CNN and mainstream media, them dudes were set up. Why do you think those are either CIA operatives or trainees, that failed actors, shit like that. But they're plugged in. They're reading the script for Christ's sake. Your president reads the script every time he come out and talk. And whenever he ain't reading the script, they don't know what the fuck he talking about.
Right.
So it's all witchcraft, man. And that's what the Egyptians looking for the answers to. But you ain't gonna get the answers when all this chaos comes flooding down your street. Yeah, more than that.
Go back to Isaiah then. Back in Isaiah chapter 65, I'll read verse 12 again. It says, therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter. Because when I called, you did not answer. When I spake, you did not hear. But did evil before mine eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not, you of your father the devil. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, verse 13, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry.
So now the Lord finna start drawing that line in the sand. For everybody who separate themselves from us, who make mockery. Hey, now, now they got to eat the fruit of their labors now. And they what?
Which Proverbs chapter 1 tells us that they shall be given over to their own devices.
Mm-hmm.
You wanted to separate yourself away from salvation? Well, you're gonna be given to that which is far away from salvation, which is death.
No covering.
Yep. Yeah, more on that.
No.
It says, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants, and one of the things, because this is literally talking about drinking and being thirsty, but also of hearing this word, of having the living waters, the sweet waters. Because people are going to be finding that salt waters out here that's dry your ass out till you die. Okay? So it says, behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. And you see, that's the thing, is that a lot of you Israelites are getting ready to come into a time period known as your shame. Your shame is going to be in your face. Why? Because you're gonna have realized when it was too late that you veered off from the path of righteousness.
You went off here it is a road going down a mountain. You thought you could just go straight. It's gonna be a straight line. Now they got curves. And you veer off the curves, the road. What happens? You're gonna fly off the cliff. Sure death. And the majority of our people have flown off the cliff. They ain't drive off of it, they flew off of it. And they still haven't realized that they're headed for destruction. The car's still in the air. But wait, when that car lands, it's gonna total death. We over here taking our time, being patient, going down the curves of the mountain. You gotta slow down. Yeah. But these niggas wanted to take the easy route. They just go straight off the. Well, guess what? There's a judgment for that flying right off the cliff. But the ones that are patient, they get a reward. They get to see the scenic route. They make it down alive. But the majority of our people, they don't want that. They want to live the best life, live on the edge, aka flying off the mountain. Meanwhile, we're eating peanuts, cruising down the mountain, man. Go ahead.
It goes on to say, verse 14, behold, my servants shall sing for joy of heart. And we're going to be singing why? Because the final prophecies are being fulfilled. And one of these prophecies is this right here. Us rejoicing, us so-called making it, getting by, while you people are suffering and being broken down, physically and mentally.
The previous verse you read said, "Will cause them to be put. They gonna be ashamed." So to the point, niggas are gonna be walking with their head down, pining away, just through, man. You and your whole household, man. Lord taking out families, man.
Yep, taking down strongholds. It says, "Behold, my servants shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart. Ye shall howl for vexation of spirit." Oh, like that one. I still love you. You're gonna be howling, man. You people gonna be hurt, and there ain't gonna be no remedy. Why? Because you rejected the physician.
The vexation of spirit. We have something to soothe our vexation, which is the word, but you're not gonna have nothing to soothe your vexation.
Yep. Because the script, Yahweh Shai say he came for those that not are whole but are sick, and all of Israel is sick.
Right.
Some of them don't get the dose though.
Yeah, some of y'all like, man, the hell with that bullshit.
They wanted the other dose, you know what I mean?
They wanted that snake venom.
Yeah, which is the same thing what happened in Egypt.
Yep.
When Jake started getting stung by them fiery serpents, the Lord told him to set up with that golden staff with the serpent, and that's Yahushua, you know. That the scripture said, just as Moses lifted up the rod in the wilderness, so shall the Son of Man be. Well, guess what? Not everybody's gonna turn to the Son of Man and be healed from that serpent, you know, from that fire, which is a fiery, goes the poisonous, you know. So the Lord is our healing, man. Which He's the embodiment of the Word, of course, the Word made flesh. Go ahead.
It says, behold, verse 15, and ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen, for the Lord power shall slay thee, and call his servants by another name. What are we going to be called? We're going to be called the delivered. Okay? We're going to be called the elect. Because right now we ain't called the elect. Okay? We're the hopeful elect. But in that day we're going to be called the elect. Because why are we going to be? We going to be getting delivered. Lord's will we be a part of that number. And this is why we say that now. But in that day it's going to be evident who the Lord is dealing with and who he's not. Because that great gulf is going to be fixed between us. That separation. Because right now y'all think it's strange that we're separate from you. But in that day, that separation is going to be made very clear and evident why we were separate. And your ass ain't going to, there's deep waters in that gulf. You can't cross that gulf. There ain't no way to get to the other side. Your punk ass, when that shit was dry, and the Lord separated it like the Red Sea, right? And your ass had that clear path to go through, but instead of two waves of water on one side, it was deep waters on one side and a fire on the other. Instead of your ass, man, that should look difficult, but let me take my ass down that path, shit, because I see something shining on the other side. Y'all didn't want to choose that. Y'all said, no, that looks too hard. Let me go to what I know. Let me go to where I'm at rest. But this is not your rest, man. Yeah, your treasure in Egypt shall be your shame, man. Isaiah, Jeremiah 30.
And this time it's going to be when it happened in ancient Egypt, when we left, that point came when they saw Pharaoh and the troops coming. They were stuck on the ocean or the water. They said, oh, Lord, Moses brought us out here to die in the wilderness. But what? But what? That's when the Lord intervened with the chariot, right? This time, the only ones that are going to get, like brothers mentioning the sea being split, well, this time the only ones that are going to see the sea get split and benefit from it are the elect. Because niggas was still complaining after they made it through that. So this time, the Lord's going to put us on that wall again, the waters, you know, and then only the ones that believe are going to be protected by that chariot and the you know, a way out, so to say. The only ones that are going to get a way out are the elect, the ones that truly believe. Because everybody else, all the other Israelites want to go back to Egypt. They want to go eat some cucumbers and melons, you know. So that's why a lot of our people refuse to, you know, come into this truth, because they have, you know, you don't have to change your ways. You know, Jake wanted to continue to be an Egyptian and live under the wicked ways of this place. And hey, if that's your right and you're entitled to it. Just know there's consequences for your actions.
I got something real quick. Because ultimately, the time that we're coming in, you know, the time of Jacob's trouble, so there's no escaping this. You know, all of Jake, you know, is going to catch that hell. But, you know, like we've been going into, that separation, that great gulf fix, is going to be made known who the Lord is dealing with. So this 2nd Ezra chapter 16, start at verse 70. It says, for there should be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. So, you know, going into, you know, the hopeful elect, we all will be tried, but Amos chapter 3, it says, ye of all the nations only have I known, therefore I will punish you for your iniquity. So the Lord is judging all of Israel. Okay. Verse 72, for they shall waste and take away their goods, and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. So that fire is coming upon all of Israel. But it says this, verse 74, Hear, O ye my beloved, says the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. So who's that beloved? The house of David. So that's who will be delivered from the said perils. Matter of fact, second Ezra the 9th chapter, it say those by their faith and their works, should be kept from the said perils. You know what I'm saying? But 2/3 of our people, they ain't obviously they ain't paying forth no works because they lack that faith. They don't believe in Yahushua. So what? They have to learn after death by pain.
All the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. That's what the Lord is doing. He's looking for faith. Yahushua said it himself. When he returned, what is he looking for? He's looking for faith. He's looking for those who believe that he will return and redeem you, man. You got to believe in the blood. I got something real quick to back you brothers up. Psalms 33, and I'm going to start at verse 17. Psalms 33 and 17. And horse is a vain thing for safety. Neither shall he deliver it any by his great strength. Okay? And we know that the horse represents power, but this is Esau Edom, man. Jake trusts Esau Edom. Jake trusted his weapon, All right, he has cleaved unto his line, his Smith and Wesson, but that's the blessing of your enemy. All right, so you're going to, hey, what your house I say, he that live by the sword shall die by the sword, right? Okay, so though hands on the hand, you ain't going unpunished, right? So let's look at our strength. Behold, the eye of the Lord is upon them that fear him, upon them that hope in his mercy. And back in the brother Mayama, verse 19, to deliver their soul from death and to keep them alive from famine. So backing up Isaiah 65 and 13, all right, my servant shall eat. So the eye of Yahweh Shai is upon his prophets, man. All right, and those prophets, those women and their children, all right, they're going to be protected. We don't have to worry about anything if we be those men. All we have to do is stick to the script. That's
Anything else? Got anything, bro?
No, I can't find it, but pretty much just going to say, man, hey, Jay don't reverence the Most High or His only begotten Son. That's why they don't fear Him.
Yeah. That's the beginning.
Exactly. So they think that it's a way to escape the Creator, like, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, because you got people that just. I was watching this interview earlier, and it was some young little Jake. I think they said he was from Israel, but he's a Jake. You could tell he was asking these whores that be on OnlyFans. He was like, he said, you're evil. You're going to hell for this. And she was like, and then the next dude, he was like, are you guys religious? Do you believe in God? And the one bitch, she was like, yeah, I believe in God. And then the kid, he's a 15-year-old, he's like, so you don't think God is angry with you for this? She was like, well, no, because my God, your God, who's your God? Your God's a demon, a devil. So at least, again, he's supposedly Israeli or whatever, but he's a Jake for sure. He was hitting them hoes with a hard question because everybody, it's what you think, what you believe, who your God, doesn't matter. It's nonsense, man. This is the world that the whore has created, man. That you can literally sit there and say you're a Christian, you believe in God, and then do things contrary to what He says. This is the world we live in, man. That the God of this world has made you think that the God of the Bible is some kind of saint and just accepts anybody for being a demon. That's not the case whatsoever, and it's completely 100% opposite of what the reality is. And you're going to find out the hard way when the fucking famine comes, when the troops are on the streets, when all hell is broken out globally, when the mark of the beast is implemented. All that's going to come crashing down on you, and then let's see what your God and what you think is right is, And then, listen, there ain't going to be none of that in the kingdom of heaven where your God this and my belief that. You're going to get down, you're going to get laid down. And righteousness, though, see, because in this world, unrighteousness is promoted and nobody does anything about it. But when you try to be somewhat righteous in the sense of in the eyes of the Lord, according to His laws, because really the closest religion that is obeying things that the Lord said it's like Islam, because Christians, they don't do anything. I said the majority of them, but at least Islam, you know, they keep their women. They try to until the West fucking corrupted them. Well, they try to keep their women closed up, you know, in their fucking, you know, dressed covered up the water. You know, they behead homos. You know, yeah, exactly. They closer to which goes back to Ishmael, but really that was created by Israelites too, that Islam religion. But nonetheless, you know, what happens when you go outside of that? Well, you see America today, man, and the West in general, the beast, you know, freakism, all this straight abomination, nasty shit. Like if you ever, you know, go into a dumpster 30 days later, unlock it and see how that looks. That's America for you. Just vile and nasty. Smells like shit, looks like shit. It must be shit. Anybody else?
Yeah, kind of got something. Jeremiah chapter 5, start at verse 20, says, declare this in the house of Jacob, and publish it in Judah, saying, hear now this, O foolish people, and without understanding, which have eyes and see not, which have ears and hear not. Fear ye not me, saith the Lord Yahweh. Will ye not tremble at my presence, which have placed the sand for the bound of the sea?
There's the presence. People don't even believe in the Lord.
Exactly.
So when we tell the majority of the people, when we tell them, you know, these things that we're talking about, there's no fear of the Lord in them. That's why they keep walking down the street and continue on with their day. Because any person in their right mind, like we were, was always part of that number, we heard these things like, oh shit, I'm gonna die if I don't. Oh, I gotta change my ways. But most people just whatever, you fucking crazies. But that's all right. You can call us crazy, you can call us whatever you want, but just know when judgment comes, there's no judgment don't discriminate. You know, the Lord is not a respecter of persons. So you could have went and clapped your hands and stomped your feet 3 times a week at church. If you wasn't obeying, how watched him outside doing what he was telling you to do, hence departing from this place, because the church is all about America. You know, they love this world. Just know that there's a judgment for that. There's a reward for good and evil. So yeah, you're gonna get a reward, but it might like that Santa Claus. You better be right. You better be nice. Cause what you get a cold, and what that cold gonna be in the form of nuclear missiles. Go ahead.
Yeah, so pretty much in this verse 22, the Lord is giving a simple analogy, a simple example, you know, going to the sand, the waves of the sea, but you can just look at the creation, you know what I'm saying? The majesty of the Lord speaks for itself, with the seasons, the clouds, the sun, the moon, so on and so forth, and you still don't want to fear this power, you know what I'm saying?
They'll tell you it's evolution. Yeah, the birds chirping in the trees, flowing in the wind is evolution. Photosynthesis is evolution. Look at it here, man.
Jeremiah 5:22. Fear ye not me, saith the Lord. Will ye not tremble at my presence, which have placed the sand for the bound of the sea by a perpetual decree, that it cannot pass? And though the waves thereof toss themselves, yet can they not prevail. Though they roar, yet can they not pass over it. But this people have a revolting and a rebellious heart. They are revolted and gone.
Sounds like niggas to me.
And the Lord just basically said they through.
Yep.
They are revolted and gone. They through. They out of there. So
no return.
Exactly. So the Lord, you know, that's why He establishing the new covenant. That's why judgment must go come in. You know, 2/3 is going to have to wake up in the kingdom. You know, in the right state of mind. With that's why the Lord got to write the law, statutes, and commandments on our inward parts, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because other than that, Jake just go. He said, "Why should you be stricken anymore? You just go revolt and revolt and revolt
more and more.
Yeah, you know?
It's over the generations. It's gotten worse and worse.
Yeah, that was pretty much it on that, man. You know, hey, so like the brother Mayon going to earlier too. You know, you come into this thing. Hey, don't worry about how people look at you, how they feel about you, so on and so forth. You know, you getting on a higher level, even, you know, sticking to the dietary laws, that changes your frequency, your vibration. So, you know what I'm saying? You come into this truth and you getting built up. Hey, the hell with these people. You want to be judged with them? You came, the Lord called you. He ain't called everybody. So, you know what I'm saying? Just take your calling serious. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Give diligence to make your calling a relationship.
Right.
You know?
Because when the troops come, what people's opinion, that ain't gonna get you out of a bullet in your head, or you know, your family being raped in front of you by some Russian troops. Their opinions ain't gonna. Let's see where them opinions are then. Let's see where opinions are in general when the shit hits the fan. When the nigga's gonna shove a fucking broken bottle right up your throat. You know, it hit you with an uppercut with a broken bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see where all them fucking cancel culture. You know, let's see where all them people are when them days come. You know, when this is what you want to do. You want to eat that? Well, you got to kill the next person to do it. Like that movie, what's it, Cannibal? What the Levels? Was the platform? Yeah, it's gonna be fight. Man, you'll see. We're not gonna be amongst that, but you, if you ain't right, you gonna see.
And back to brother up, it's all the terror of the Lord. The scriptures speaks of the Heavenly Father as being the King of terrors, man. And they call
fearful thing to fall into his hand.
That's right, man. They call him El Shaddai, man. All right, so he's a terrible demon-like power, and that left-hand side is getting ready to be opened up on our people. They're getting ready to be placed into a situation to where the Most High knows your fear, your inner fear, what you really fear. You know what I mean? And that's what's coming to our people, man. So you walking past the prophets, you walking past your salvation, man. The way out of it.
Like you said, that's that phobia. The Lord knows what your phobia is, what you fear, and but you don't reverence the Creator. Who you think gave you that fear? You know what I'm saying? That you just so scared of that, and the Lord gave you that fear for you rebellious niggas. That he go lead you into that, man. You know what I'm saying? You got a spider phobia. Hey, the Lord got something special for you, man.
It might plague your mind to think you getting eaten alive by spiders.
Apparitions, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but good.
Yeah, hey, so with that, Lord willing, this was edifying to the sincere Akim Walk that wholeheartedly believe in Yahweh shine truth in his sincerity. All right, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash.
Double honors to our head apostles and nails of great millstone as always in truth according to the Bible. Peace, love, and salutations. This is according to Akim. And shalom to the predestined that scattered by the purpose of Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.